Okay, you should have already worked through these problems on your own. So now we are going to go over them. Sorry, I gotta make that a little smaller. So we are gonna go over them. So if number one says find the sum, use the area model to help you. Well, I need to make my area models look the same so that it's easier. So if I extend my lines, now I've divided these into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now they're equal. Okay, so in this one I have 2 out of the 6 shaded, and this one I have 3 out of the 6 shaded. So I'm going to shade in my wonderful coloring job here. 3 there, and then 2 more. So I've shaded in 5 out of the 6. Okay, if you don't want to use the area model, you're going to come up here and look at this 1/3. Well, I need to make this 3 the same as this 6. Well, I need to take 3 times 2, and that will give me 6. Sorry, it's running into that. Well, whatever I do to the bottom number, I have to do to the top number. So if I multiply that by 2, that's going to give me 2 6. Then I have 2 6 plus 3 6 is going to give me 5 6. All right, number 2 says, what is the missing number in the quotient? We haven't talked a lot about multiplying decimals. That's in our next chapter, though. But if I have 28 and 5 tenths times something will give me 2 and 85 tenths. Well, if I look at my answer, my decimal point has moved from here to here. So I've moved over 10. Well, when you multiply 10 or decimals by whole numbers, your decimal actually gets smaller. Okay, when you multiply it by a fraction, your number gets bigger. Okay, well, I'm going from 28 and 5 tenths to 2 and 85 tenths. Well, I had to multiply by a whole number. So I'm either looking at 100 or 10. Well, if I look at it, I only moved one place. So each of those is worth 10. So my answer is 28 and 5 tenths times 10 will give me 2 and 85 tenths. Or 8,500, sorry. Okay, and then now let's look at 3. It says, what is the value of the expression? Well, I need to rewrite this and line up my decimal points. And I'm not adding. Sorry about that. Minus 9. Well, I can't take 9 from 7. I have to borrow. It's going to give it 0. That's 17. 17 minus 8 is 8. I got to bring down my decimal point, and that's 0. So this is my answer, 8 tenths. Okay, number 4, it says complete the following statements. 100 is 10 times as much as what? Well, if I look at this, I actually have 2 numbers in this statement. I have 100 and I have 10. And I have the word times. So 10 times something is going to give me 100. Okay, so 10 times 10 will give you 100. So the same thing with down here. I have 7 and it is 70, sorry, and it is 10 times as much as something. Well, 10 times something is going to give me 70. Well, 10 times 7 will. All right, then let's look at number 5. It says, how many centimeter cubes are needed to fill the box? Well, for me, the easiest way is just to take my length times my width times my height. If I do that, it doesn't matter which ones you multiply by what. You're going to get the same answer. If I do 3 times 3, that's 9. 9 times 2 is 18. If I do 3 times 2, that is 6. And 6 times 3 is 18. Another way that you can look at it is if I kind of divide this in half and pretend these are divided in half, I have 3 here, and this is one row. Okay, 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then I have another one. 3 times 3 is 9. Even though I can't see it, there's another row of 3 times 3. Okay, so if I have 9 in each of these sections, then that is 9 times 2, which is 18. Okay, so a couple different ways to look at it. All right, number 6 says your mall's rectangular garden has the measurements of 7.3 feet by 6.4 feet. Find the perimeter of your mall's garden. Okay, well, perimeter means I add all of my sides together. So if one of them is 6.4 and the other one is 7.3, that means that's here and that's here. So I can either add these all together, or I can take 7.3 plus 6.4, and that is going to give me 13.7. Well, each of those has two sides, so I would take 13.7 plus 13.7. It's going to give me 14, 6, 7. 27 and 4/10 feet. Okay, you could have also done 7.3 times 2 and 6.4 times 2 and then added those two together. Either way. Okay, let's look at 7. It says combine the following sentence using a coordinating conjunction. It says Matt will join the soccer team. Blank, he will the baseball team. And it says he had and he will the baseball team, or you could say or. Either one of those would work for that one. We were happy this summer over we were happy summer was over, blank, we would miss it. So, but we would miss it. 8, write the meaning of each word. Well, dis, my prefix means not, so it's not honest. T didn't come down. Misleading, okay, means leading someone the wrong way. Okay, miss means wrong. So unaware, un means not, so not aware. Okay, and then integers and 8, you're just going to trace those and rewrite them here. Okay, so if you have any questions after watching this video, please make sure you take a minute and grab me and ask your questions so that I can make sure you understand it. Thanks.